and a very, very warm welcome on this absolutely beautiful rainy evening. So, Pan, Pan's mother is a teacher who's really kind. She is the best teacher anyone can find. One day, she was tired and she sat down to rest. Looking at her, Pan knew that things were not the best. Just relaxing is what my mother needs. Nowadays, she even hardly reads. Going out with her friends and having tea is what I hardly see. Ma is tired and needs to rest. She just simply does not look her best. Just to go out and meet her friends and have a happy chat, how long since I have not seen Ma like that? तो पैन की माँ एक टीचर है और वो थोड़ी सी गई है थक उसको एक नई सी मुस्कान चाहिए तो थोड़ी सी थक गई है और एक चाहिए मुस्कान नहीं थोड़ा आराम और थोड़े दोस्तों के साथ चाय और बात माँ कितनी देर रात तक करती है अपने आप से बात और रहती है करते 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 कितना काम तो जो टीचर्स हैं जो मदर्स हैं उनके बच्चे उनकी फैमिली ये जरूर ऑब्जर्व करती है उनके ऑब्जर्व करने से पहले वो थोड़ी सी थक गई है sometimes I think as teachers we just keep going on and really more people around us notice it before we do and to actually make us conscious talk about it think about it we have a very, very beautiful person with us today, Uma, and a very warm welcome to you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Sonia. And I'm really, feel like honored to talk about this because this is the most wanted topic which we have lost these days. I think it is lost somewhere. We just ignore it, actually. Self-care.
Self-care.
So even we have done. Yeah, even we have ignored many times. Most of the times we have ignored that. Then when we realize it's, a little late, then we actually think that, oh, we should have done that. That was important. So if I had taken care of myself, then that would be even more, powerful.
Even better.
That
Absolutely.
impact would have been much more better. So,
Uma मैम का पूरा नाम है उमा चंद्रकला और मुझे ये जो एक बड़ा म्यूजिकल एक्सटेंट था मैंने उसको मिस कर दिया मैंने सोचा कि मैं पूरा नाम जरूर सबको बताऊं एंड उमा यू हैव टू टेल अस वेयर यू लिव एंड व्हाट डू यू डू I always feel the best journey explained is by the person. So if you could just tell us a little about yourself.
Yes, I reside in Bangalore, and I think that's the most beautiful city in South India, right? And it's also called as a Silicon City. So I come from Bangalore, but then I also feel a sense of pride that I have spent most of my time in Hyderabad. So I started my career as a teacher also in Hyderabad. So it was one of the, what to say, famous school and oldest school in old city. Okay, so when we talk about the old city, it's like most of them are underprivileged. Okay, so I was privileged enough to teach in that school as a teacher for 5 years. So after teaching for 5 years as a teacher, then I joined some special school as a volunteer. So I experienced that. Then I moved on to the backend team, like, the content, curriculum, and management and everything. But still now I'm just learning. It's been 2 decades now that I'm into this journey. But then I feel that, every time I learn something new, I feel that, oh, yes, there is something much more I have to. So that learning has never ended and it's just going on and on and on. And I'm really enjoying that.
So what are you presently doing, Uma? Abhi, right now, what is it that you do as a daily profession?
Okay, my profession actually, see, as I said, I'm a learner. So I keep learning. And then apart from that, I do consultation. I do provide support to the schools, uh, whether it might be, teacher training or content curriculum development. So just to streamline, if someone start a new school, then they come to me, and then I provide them the framework of the curriculum, what exactly has to be done. Because these days it's like, in every area, in every colony, there's at least, 2 to 3 schools who want to start their own school, and they're not taking into franchisee, but then they want to start their own school.
Oh, okay, okay. So that is
So in
also,
that,
Umaji, I will request you to move just a little louder, please, so that we can, hear each bit of what you have to say. And
okay,
जैसे उमा जी ने कहा कि उनका शहर बैंगलोर बहुत खूबसूरत है, just like each one of us loves our cities, and it is such a beautiful country full of really beautiful cities. And Hyderabad is my hometown, so मुझे बिल्कुल I understand the So yes, and also it's nice to have people and speakers from all parts of the country. It is such a beautiful
exactly.
journey because it's bringing together so much of energy, so much of thought, and just all of us connecting on this platform has been a very, very beautiful journey for me. We are on the 98th session, 98 weeks today of
Wow.
sharing. And fortunately, we have not stopped in spite of the fact that everybody on the online platforms actually stopped, but we still have a certain amount of engagement. People do come and, listen to us. And what we are trying to do, Maj, is to create these programs such which can become a reference point. If I am, like you said, this support school, now a
Yeah,
school that doesn't want to take a franchisee or doesn't want to, doesn't have the funds to keep, all that,
exactly. Yes.
getting experts or people. So these beautiful programs, what happens is it not only becomes a help to the school owners, but they use these programs as training tools for training people ahead. So that's the
Yes.
kind of
Yes.
contribution this is
Yeah.
making so
It's a
beautiful.
resource actually. It's a free resource which
It's
is
a
available.
resource, absolutely. And it started just at the beginning of the pandemic, when the pandemic just began. It said, I got a call from the head and they said, let's build a community. And what is so beautiful is that it has actually emerged as a community. There are people like you who joined us and taken it forward. So, starting today, saying, what is the most important thing that we need to keep an early years environment healthy? What is a good early years environment in your perception?
See, according to me, a good earlier environment is nothing but a passionate teacher, right? So I feel that a teacher who is more passionate is not connected only to, I like the job, I want to be an earlier educator, I want to be a teacher, I can work only for half a day. No, that is not being passionate. Being passionate is you need to live every day, you need to live every lesson you teach. Every concept is important for the learner. It is their crucial, the learning, the foundation level. Every concept is new for them. So whatever we are teaching, it's like, what do you say, it's like the scripture, like how we believe everything. So the child believes everything that comes from teacher. And if you're not passionate, and if you're not able to put the direct into the heart and mind of the child, then I think it doesn't do anything. Right now we have n number of content, syllabus, and after this NEP, though it's like we have so much. We have so
Yes.
much. It's more.
Yeah.
Every lesson is taught in many wonderful ways. But then how effectively you're going to implement that is a big question mark still.
Yes.
So I
Yes.
think a teacher, an educator, an early child educator should be a facilitator wherein she can provide that impact, that what is required to the child. So
So,
when I say
yes,
yes,
please, please.
yes,
No, no,
yeah,
please finish what you were saying.
yeah. So here comes the self-care. You take care of yourself so that rest all will take care of itself. You need to take
So,
care of yourself.
yeah, so the one very interesting thing that I see these days is like you said, so much available.
Yes, yes,
It's like a boom of things. You have a boom of speakers, you have programs, you have content, and at the click of your finger, you have multiple things dropping down. Do you
exactly.
somewhere, the teachers are also exhausting themselves, going on, searching more than they need? Do you feel that
Yes,
one
yes,
place
yes,
where they're
absolutely.
exhausting themselves?
Absolutely, because see, this is what is happening. We get so much of resource, and then teachers are somewhere confused. They have that in mind. They can do that, but then it's like always on. What do you say? It's like always standing on a knife. Like I need to do this. If I do it this way, then my head is going to appreciate me. So I have to do it. Then some advice comes from the head of the team, managers, and then they change it. So somewhere that uh, what the real thing, that unique thing is lost, which you can do it by yourself. It's there, and even you have so much in your
Wonderful. So,
can do it. So it's always like,
okay.
I need something more. Okay, this is there, I will
Ah,
take
yes,
that. So I want
yes.
everything.
So, yes. So I think the one thing, the topic today very clearly says wellness of the teachers. स्वयं का देखभाल. क्योंकि उमा जी मैं थोड़ा सा हिंदी में भी बीच बीच में बोलूंगी ताकि हमारे
Yeah.
दोनों ऑडियंस इस चीज को
Yes.
समझ पाए. तो हम बेसिकली बात कर रहे हैं कि एक टीचर को बहुत सारा प्रेशर होता है आजकल क्योंकि इतना कुछ अवेलेबल. तो कई दफा जब आपके पास ऑलरेडी है, इफेक्टिव है, तो उसको रिपीटेड पैटर्न में यूज करना भी सीखिए. इट इज इम्पोर्टेंट टू लर्न. जरूरी है कि आप सीखें, लेकिन you have to learn how to balance the amount of resources you are continuously taking in. I think that's one message that we can carry. If we need to take care of our wellness, we have to learn how to balance the amount of content we are absorbing. Is that correct?
Yes, yes, absolutely
Great.
true. And
Now, another thing, yes, another thing I
for
wanted to
this,
ask,
for
what
this,
kind
I
of,
have
sorry,
yes, Miss Sonia, I can connect this, okay, with my experience. I mean, real life experience in the classroom.
okay,
Where I was previously working, I had team of teachers. Okay, this is online platform. So where I gave them set of activities, I told that these are the activities. This is how it has to be done. Well and good, they are not so experienced, and they did it, but then that impact was not there. But then slowly I realized that no, I should not set these guidelines. Okay, so this set rules should not be given to them, but then they can do it much better, because I have seen them during the breaks that they can do much better when they are talking to each other and all these things. They are so confident. Okay, that thing is there in them, but then when they are teaching, they are so scared in front of the screen. That's maybe because the parents are sitting with the kids. That is another disadvantage or advantage, whatever you can see in an online platform. So that confidence was lost. Okay, so next I told them, I'm not going to give you any material, and you are the one who is going to teach it. Okay, and I don't want any lesson plans. I'm not going to see any lesson plans, but then you have to design it, you have to plan it, how you're going to do. Just prepare proper teaching tools and then go ahead, just start. And then they did it so perfectly well. They had planned this PowerPoint, they organized quiz, they conducted riddles during the session, and it was really a wow moment. I mean, even parents also appreciated. Immediately we started getting, the backend team got started getting the messages saying that today's class was really wonderful, the teacher conducted the class so well, it was so good, my child was able to answer. So I think, you need to do, everything. If you're a teacher, if you're there in the early childhood classroom, then it means that you are a teacher, you know everything. Only thing is, be confident always.
so
Don't.
there is absolutely. So there is one thing of the teacher being confident, but
Yes.
the case was you being confident on the teacher. Now, when the children enter the classroom, we all ask them, "How are you feeling today?" We are very, very careful of how the parents are. We wish them thumbs up, high five, hug, jumping. We do all of that for children, right? Who does this for teachers?
Exactly. That's again a question.
Teachers, when a teacher
Are we really doing that?
I mean, do we even bother on how is she feeling
True.
today? Because
Very true.
have had a
Yes.
bad day, her child must be unwell, her husband may be, going through his own patch. There could be something in the family, it could be just her own self. Are we really giving teachers this thought? I don't see that happening and it worries me.
Yes. Yes.
Expect her to do the online platform, we expect her to do storytelling, we expect her to do counseling, we expect her to take calls at all sorts of odd hours from parents, give answers. But who is looking at asking a teacher, how are you
How
feeling?
are you? Yes. Yes. That's the, that's the main thing which is lost. That empathy is not there. We are worried about, is she coming on time, or is she going before time? Is she there all the time? Even if she doesn't have classes, is she busy writing her lesson plans? Is she having a free time with her gala time with her friends? So all this we are bothered, but no one is bothered to question now,
Do you
just
know, Uma ma'am, we take away, I have seen schools taking away the chair from the classroom.
yes,
I
yes,
mean,
true. I have
it
seen that.
upsets me to no end. That means I expect this teacher to stand from 7:30 in the morning till 12:30, 1 o'clock. Is it correct? If she's taking a correction, she may be taking an attendance. So that's one other part of like I said, the empathy to understand she's dealing with little children, to understand that she can be tired too. And it's a very taxing thing to take care of children. So I think somewhere a wellness of the teacher, not just her content training, but wellness of a teacher
Yes.
must be an essential part of a management of schools. What do you feel about that?
Absolutely right. And then we don't need bosses around the teachers. We need, life coaches who can, motivate them every day. You can bring that smile on their face before they go into the class, so that they can, replicate that smile on the children. So we need a
Um,
lot of life coaches. I mean, we don't
I
need
love that.
at all.
I love that statement. We don't need teachers, don't need bosses. They need life coaches
Exactly.
because beautiful thing that when you're looking at teachers, if you're organizing a group of teachers, please see to it that they get a little time. Umar, it was very interesting. We used to work for an organization, a school, and I used to go there twice in a week. Just all, I used to just go twice in a week. Now,
Hmm.
those two, I used to drive in my own car. And at 12 o'clock, when the children used to leave, I used to pick up my car and go and pick up some chart or pick up some tickets or something for the teachers. Now the owner knew it. Huh? The owner knew that at 12 o'clock I take my car on 2 days of a week. Out of that one day, I take my car and I disappear. That person used to watch me from the office window. Okay, taking my car out, bringing my car back, coming with these big packets, and I used to cross his office. And he used to just pull the shutter down and pretend he has not seen me. You know, for how many years this went on? For 3 years. For three
Okay.
years, every day, he would just not acknowledge that I'm disappearing for some time. And when I left, I told him that you knew, didn't you? Didn't you? He said yes. But then every time you came back, the teachers were so happy that it didn't matter to me because the next week तक वो खुश रहते थे मैडम. तो मुझे क्या जरूरत थी आपको कुछ बोलने की?
Hannah. Yeah. So even the
I mean,
management, yeah,
what a sound
even the
businessman he
management
was.
felt that. Yes, that
You know
mind
that
is required.
he did not worry about me disappearing for half an hour, but what he was investing in was 1 week of happiness.
Yes.
And it's amazing, the kind of work we created, the kind of fun we had, and the kind of laughter. I now fear because I don't hear laughter in the staff rooms.
No, it's not there. It's
Oh my
silence, just
God,
like the
the
library,
fun.
pin drop silence.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh
And
my
I've seen
God,
places where teachers are not left to sit in the staff room. They're not allowed to sit in the staff room just because they talk to each other. They are said, they're asked, I mean, they are ordered to sit in their classrooms so that they sit and do their work. So
yeah.
it's
So let them connect. I think the wellness of teachers is that cup of tea, that little samosa that they have together, that little secret that they share. That is what goes missing in schools. And I feel that that is a very, very important part of wellness, isn't it, Uma? To sit down
Yes,
and just sip chai and just talk about
true.
whatever is bothering
Yes,
you, right?
yes. Even
And what
we
about, yes,
even
yes.
we
And
do that. Even we
what
do that.
about,
While working, we need to sip
oh,
something
yes,
and then start
so
working.
beautiful. So if organizations can actually invest into teacher wellness,
Yes,
means a little more relaxation. It just doesn't mean a pay raise or a percentage or a thing on every admission. It just means that are you really taking care of the wellness of a teacher? I wanted to ask you, Nomaji, that how do you feel about creating a buddy system where two teachers are choose and work together? Do you think that would help to create some sort of awareness, some sort of a care for themselves?
of course it will. Because see, most of the preschools for that kind, we have two teachers in the classroom, and then the learning is so well organized. I mean, every activity goes well in a physical school, if I want to talk. Okay,
Hmm.
so yes, it is required. That buddy thing wherein one can motivate the other. If one is low, then the other one can, do something so that they can motivate them, inspire them. So it happens. And then, of course, the other part is also there, wherein some feel that, she's doing much better than me. And then those things will be there. Those are the minor things that can be taken care. But yes, Miss Sonia, like how you said, it is required in the classrooms.
We have these little smileys that go home for children. We have these little, carry homes for children. We have messages on the phone. We have a digital platform. Do you feel as a routine, something should be done for teachers like that as well? Where the teacher gets a nice message saying, thank you, you were smiling and so beautiful today. And all of us just do that.
Yes, yes. Now that everything is connected, I can see the dots connecting. So everything, whatever we do for the children, that has to be done to the teachers also. And not only one or two teachers, but then every teacher, just a thank you. Just a thank you.
Yeah, just imagine if I was just imagining if the head of a school actually walks in and gives me a high five in the morning and wow, wouldn't that be a nice thing instead of saying mm-hmm. So
Yes, yes.
I
Good
I
morning.
am seeing a lot of leaders changing. So
Yeah.
I have come across a couple of leaders who are changing so beautifully, and their teams are the happiest. And the
Yes.
best is not only are they happiest, but they are actually innovating and researching much more than the very strict and stringent schools. I think the happiness quotient is what we have to look at. Don't you feel that we talk about IQ of
Yes.
teachers? Do we have to
Yes.
take care of the EQ is our
EQ is very important than IQ. That has to be there. But then, okay, that is from the management. But then, Miss Sonia, don't you think that even teachers need to have that within themselves? They need to accept that they are human beings. Okay, they are human. They are living beings, just like the child in their classroom. Even they have their emotions and all that. They need to respect that. When you start respecting and identifying your feelings, your emotions, and respecting that, appreciating that, then I think even the management, whatever they do, also will not affect them in any way.
how beautiful is that? So I was leading to this and hoping this comes up very naturally. So there's a beautiful song that we sing, looking in the mirror, what do you see? So I see myself smiling at me. So
Yeah.
do that enough. So जिसको कहते हैं स्वयं की देखभाल. So एक तो acknowledging the fact, मैं थोड़ा सा हिंदी में बोलूंगी उमा जी कि acknowledge करना कि आप उतना ही कर सकते हैं. अ, आपकी सिचुएशन शायद दूसरों से अलग हो. ऑनलाइन अगर आप किसी को बहुत कुछ करते देखते हैं, जरूरी नहीं है कि आप उनके जैसे करते जाए. लर्न फ्रॉम
Exactly.
योर ओन
Yes.
पेस. जैसे
Yes.
हम बच्चों के साथ करते हैं. डोंट वी डू दैट विद चिल्ड्रन इन आवर
Yes.
क्लासरूम? That every child has a different level of working. So we don't expect every child to be the same like that. As teachers, I think the one part of wellness could be the fact of how you are viewing yourself. Number
Yes.
and how balanced you are about how much time you can spend on what. So how many of us find time to read? So मैं एक ही चीज पूछूंगी उमा जी. Time to read. You ask me a question on another thing that a teacher needs. One is reading for myself. Another thing, do you think what else do they need to do?
Journaling is very, very important.
Journaling.
That
Wonderful.
is very, very important. I keep doing that. And
So
trust me, it's really a stress booster. You don't need anyone to talk over there. And every day you make it a habit, either in the morning or in the evening. But then do that and you will just love that. All of your stress is gone.
oh yes, just today somebody was telling me that they do a small writing on what they're feeling and everything just as it's coming to their head.
Just
So
everything,
that's a,
whatever comes. Yeah. You want to scold your manager, even that you put it down on the paper. It's okay.
yeah, just let it out. So a lot
Yes.
of self journaling, I would say a lot of good reading besides what you do. आप जो अपने you're learning for your subject, your academics, but also read as just reading. Find a way to read. Art, any kind of a hobby that you have left.
Yes. And then even the fitness also, fitness
Yeah.
comes in. Yeah,
So
even
art,
that is a priority. Everyone are unique and we are all so beautifully and wonderfully made. God has created us so beautifully, right? So we need to take care of our body. Every day, wake up, do something, bring that figure in you. You are there, okay?
how beautiful. How beautiful is that? So, like we said, reading, journaling, get back to a hobby, get back to art, chatting with your friends just a bit,
Yes.
and all the time not having an agenda. Now I need to have an agenda. Now, just be for some time, just go. And, at some point of time, just say that, no, this can't be done this week. We are going to
Yes.
finish it next week. Just say no. How many times do you actually go back down to a park? So today our caption was teachers all standing in a park and just eating a sandwich. And I remember, Majid, somebody used to tell us, oh, we are going for a picnic with children, such fun. For teachers, the picnic is not fun, let me tell you.
Yes, because they need to take care of the kids.
Absolutely. So we need to take, so teachers going out once in a while. I think, these are more needs post the lockdown because when we've come back, we have come back with so much of pressure on completing of the syllabus and, the children's wellness. And I thought that this, when I spoke to Maji and she said, let's talk about teacher wellness. So I think that was a very, very important thing, very close to my heart. So before we wind up, what are the few things that you would like to tell the teachers?
The first and the foremost thing is love yourselves, believe in yourselves, and don't carry work home.
The management is not going to
Don't do that. You have a workplace to do your work. So never carry your school back home. Home is where, you stay, your family, or whatever your dreams. So never carry work home. You'll be the happiest person. You'll be the happiest. And trust me, this is the most honored profession in everything. Whatever it is, the package might be less compared to, the software and whatever it is. But then teaching profession is the most highly honored profession. So
Absolutely.
you need to understand that. Bring that in your mind.
I
You are
also, yeah. Also, I think this very fact of home. So many of us, when I talk to teachers, they became teachers because they wanted to spend quality time with their children and their families. Many of them are very, very skilled, very, very professionally qualified people, but they have chosen this profession to spend a balanced time with themselves. So perhaps we need to, think of why the balance is going out of focus. Why is the balance going? Because truly speaking, it is work which can be balanced so beautifully. So, like what you said, please be careful in what you send home to teachers. Respect the fact that the WhatsApp is not for them to, for you to just reach them any part of the day.
so true.
Yes,
So true.
you
Yeah.
cannot WhatsApp to teachers any time of the day and night that you feel you have a problem. There's certain decorum and hours of a teacher which I think we all need to respect as people, and I see teachers getting tired, Umaji. I mean, they're just so exhausted. Anybody will just send them any message. Now, these school groups were created for any time when it was a compulsion. Not that
Yes. Yes, now it's become
homework,
mandatory.
yeah,
Now it's
yeah.
become mandatory, and even parents can reach teachers.
So,
They have their groups. So
absolutely. So please
even at
respect
1 o'clock in the night, they
respect the
said,
digital
"What's the
space.
homework for my child?" I think somewhere
Yes,
that needs to
yes.
be
You
abolished.
have it, yeah, you have it in your school group. Go there and look at it, right? Why do you need to disturb the teacher? So one of the biggest messages I'm going to sort of talk about today is please respect her digital space also. She
Yes,
needs that rest,
yes,
that little, thing. And I think today's conversation is going to, help teachers to just breathe and say, yes, we need to take care of our wellness. कि हमें अपने आप का ध्यान देना है, थोड़ा सा पढ़ना है, थोड़ा सा जर्नलिंग करना है, अपने आप से बहुत प्यार करना है और कोशिश करना है कि बहुत सारा स्कूल का काम हम घर पे ना करें, हम स्कूल पे खत्म करना है ताकि
yes,
हमारा एक लाइफ बैलेंस बहुत ब्यूटीफुल है. So, yeah, that was a beautiful talk, and thank you, and a very beautiful person, and a lovely smile throughout. I think that's a lovely thing to do. थोड़ा सा एक दूसरे को देख के थोड़ा सा और मुस्कुराइए. It's a very healing thing to do.
yes, yes.
Mari, thank you so much for
Thank you
joining
so much.
us away from
Thanks so much.
Bangalore. And I'm sure everybody's going to enjoy this little chat while having their tea. And thank you so much.
Yes,
Thank you.
thank you so much,
Thank
everyone.
you, Team Square Panda. Thank you.
Square, square, panda.